Hello, I'm going to talk about something a bit different than my normal videos today. It's about a game called Identity. I'll put any links to the game's information in the description and all that, but I'm going to summarize it for the ones that don't have time for doing all that. Even then, I still urge you to look at it in your downtime if you can. The game Identity is being made by a company called Asylum Entertainment. The basis of the game is that it's an open world MMORPG that is basically you being who you want in the game, you doing what you want in the game. You decide your job and your role in the game that you are playing. The players have the jobs in the cities that are basically real-life jobs that you would do every day. Firemen, any rescue respondents, stuff like that, EMS. Crafting, like, you can craft pretty much whatever. Furniture, sell it in a market, stuff like that. If you've ever played Gary's mod Dark RP, it's basically that except for a standalone game that is being made with the Unreal Engine. And believe me, that makes the game look awesome. But today, I'm going to talk about the problems that it's facing in development, and I believe that together we can all fix these issues to make the game better. Number one is the devs aren't giving as many updates as they should to the community. It is a community-funded game, and I agree that they are giving more updates to things monthly, and the tracker's out, but the tracker sometimes isn't being updated daily like they said it would be. And mind you, they don't work on weekends, so I know, like, Saturday and Sunday, they're not going to be working those days. Some devs actually do, by the way. They do overtime just to get the game out faster, but to be fair on that, at least. But even then, they rely too much on the tracker, as when people ask how the game's looking or they just want to know some stuff about it, sometimes they'll just say, look at the tracker. You gotta wait for the tracker to tell you what's going on. And that's a problem, because yes, the tracker does give information on what they're doing. In the office, they give, like, UI stuff, coding stuff. That's really good, but it doesn't tell you the specifics of what's being done. And even then, sometimes they do make progress that day, and they don't update it like they should, so that way everyone can see that there is progress, and not everyone's just going, no progress today? Oh, God. It gets really frustrating for the community, and maybe even for the devs. Who knows? On that subject, the game devs are also signing non-disclosure agreements on a community-based game. This is a game that's funded by the community. I would expect non-disclosure agreements on a AAA game title, but a community game is nothing without its actual community, since it's a community-funded game. It should not hold back information from its community, and even AAA game companies, they still give more information than Asylum Entertainment has been giving on Identity lately. Yes, they've released videos in the past that have... There was one gameplay video, but even then it was kind of scripted, and everyone was mad that the tires were inside of the ground, and it was okay video. But this game is being in development. The first module is basically a beta. The game's going to be in a beta. So, not disclosing anything to the very people that are the reason you are even making this game is completely ludicrous. Number two, the community is defending Identity way too much, but every time I give input on where the game needs to go personally and my opinions, I try to give them information on where they should go with things, try to help them out a little bit. I get bombarded with by the community. Go make your own game then if you're so freaking impatient, or I'd like to see if you can make a game like this with the Unreal Engine. The Unreal Engine does make it a little bit easier. Doesn't make it like really easy, but it makes it, you know, somewhat easier than it would be with making your own. Or because you're being impatient as crap, you're garbage, or something like that. They would say those kinds of things. And the games community is creating a wall of sound for the dev team at this point. If the devs can't hear or can't see, because sometimes they type it to them, the criticism, the constructive criticism, I might add, this is not just the criticism I was trying to give was just ideas and what they should do, in my opinions. If they can't see it, then how are they supposed to improve and evolve the game? The community is defending it too much and need to try not to drive off all the people with good ideas for the dev team and the company itself. So the community just needs to lighten up a little bit so we can actually get to talk to the devs and stuff. I'm not saying that they're straight up blocking the devs, but they're creating that wall for them, and it's really getting annoying for people with good ideas. Number 3, the tracker, going back to what I said about earlier about the tracker getting updated in general. Going back to that, a week or two ago, they were getting 2 or 3 things done a day. Now, I don't know if they are just finalizing the game's, like, things, but to see 2 or 3, heck, even maybe 4 to 5 things being done a day to 1 thing getting done a day right now is worrying me. And yes, as I said before, it could just be finalizing things, but 1, it doesn't look to be near to be the time to finalizing the beta, because the game is going to be out in beta. It's going to be like an early access game, I assume. And 2, even if they are finalizing it, it wouldn't tell you, so it leads to some people believing they're just being lazy. I do not believe that they are being lazy personally. There are a few devs actually doing overtime just to get the game out faster. But with the way that it's going, it seems halted for some reason. In conclusion, I believe that Identity can be a great game. I even believe that it can truly redefine the future MMO games that other companies make. But without the community's support, and this is a community-based game, so that's saying a lot, funded game, and without voices to tell them they're from right, from wrong, it will go nowhere. Please try to listen to this, and together we can truly change what it means to be an MMORPG, for all future gaming, and for Identity itself.